Maye now takes the snap, tosses it to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown.
Welcome back to a very special series of Film Room. We're going to take a look at all of the college quarterback prospects that the Vikings, let's face it, have a chance of getting in this year's draft. I've got Gabe Henderson here with me, the first guy, Drake Maye. What are your immediate thoughts when you hear that name?
Well, North Carolina. I'm a North Carolina guy, so I'm like, okay, this is the North Carolina kid we're talking about. No, in all seriousness, this is a guy who has a lot of arm versatility. When I say that, that means he can throw the ball at different motions. And when you look at some of the top quarterbacks in the NFL now, the Mahomes, the Herberts, some of those guys, you have to have their arm versatility, in which we'll see on film today.
All right, let's just take a look. I mean, we know he has the height, weight, and the speed. It's the consistency. Can he make these certain throws, his mechanics, his footwork? I think the film's going to show us exactly what this guy is capable of. And we're going to see Drake Maye in the backfield. He gets to the top of his drop, but what does he notice? And I think the key right here is this safety and where his body position. I mean, take a look at what he's doing. Is he in a pedal?
No.
Is he turned? Is he open? Is he ready to go? What does he see? He sees that his fastest receiver is even with him. What does that mean?
That means if you're even, I'm leaving.
Go deep! Go deep! But watch this throw, and this is the arm strength, and then not just that, but the accuracy. How far he throws his football, just over the fingertips, in for the touchdown. So it's that arm strength, it's the ability to recognize those relationships down the field. That was a big-time throw.
Big-time throw, and then you look at this past year, Drake Maye, in passes over 20 yards, he had a 112 passer rating. The Vikings last year, 108 passer rating when it came to throws over 20 yards. So we'll see how this looks if he's in purple next year.
They're going to love the way that looks. Now, on this next throw, we're going to see again, really, we've seen this in the NFL, nil open style of defense. Get a lot of guys walked up at the line of scrimmage. I think this is a perfect example of him working the process, of him knowing exactly what goes on. In that earlier, we had this clear route. We had this guy going deep, and look at the safety. The safety again, this guy right here, he's planted, he's open. He knows that he's got this receiver right here. But this, Gabe, is that open area. And we've heard Kevin O'Connell talk about the ability of a quarterback to see spaces, to find voids. And he does this on this play. Now, what he's going to have to do is get it there more quickly. Right now, that ball needs to be there already, so it's a little bit late. But again, he identifies it. He's able to hit the underneath route. I think a great job of him reading the defense.
I think that takes a lot of confidence to have a safety over top, a linebacker in the middle, and have a receiver running in between them to throw the ball right over the linebacker's head to your receiver 1 inch in front of the face mask so he can run and score a touchdown. That says a lot about his arm confidence when it comes to trusting his receivers.
And he's got to understand, too, that in the NFL, wide open is...
the window's smaller.
The window is a lot smaller, so he's going to have to build that confidence in his arm. All right, on this next play, we're going to take a look again at his ability to get down the field. He gets set up, but in this case, as again, opposed to what we saw earlier, we've got the safeties not square. What is he doing?
He's looking at number 9, and the reason why is because number 9 for Carolina was Tez Walker. 4 games prior to that, he had 4 straight 100-yard games. So all the attention is on Tez Walker. Drake Maye knows this, so does that safety. So what Drake Maye does, I'll let you explain.
Well, you're exactly right. You've got, 2 sets of eyeballs on that receiver, and what you have right here is either a linebacker or a nickel back, somebody, that's the mismatch. But again, we see that relationship, right? Right here, they've got on this side, you've got this receiver triangle. Here, what do we have again? We have that even relationship, and if you're even,
you're leaving.
You're leaving.
You're leaving.
And again, he's able to find that man-to-man matchup, that inside.
What a ball.
Throws it over the shoulder. It's a great throw and a great catch.
What a ball. You talk about accuracy. I just keep thinking of Jordan Addison running those big-time post routes last year for the Vikings, making touchdowns like that. That is exciting to see if you watch that on film.
And the next part of his game is something I think it's going to translate. The play like this is going to translate more into the NFL because you're going to get after him, right? He's a young quarterback. I think young quarterbacks struggled against a Brian Flores defense just because of the multiple looks, all the different things. Watch what he does here. And it's an awareness thing, and I love it. You're going to get a blitz from his left, okay? He has a protection set. He's got a couple extra guys in the back end, but they still get almost a free rusher on the outside. And when he sets up, he knows he's getting pressure coming this way. So what is he going to do? And he needs to buy himself some time because he has this clearing route right here. This receiver is going to take this corner and open up again. Where are the voids? The void is going to be right there. But his receiver is nowhere near that spot yet. He's way over here. So what does he have to do? Buy himself some time. Watch the footwork. Watch him drift away from the pressure. Look at this throw. Off the back foot. That's a little bit of a touch there. It's not just a strong arm, is it?
That's that arm versatility we talked about in the beginning, and not having the opportunity to always hone the ball in down the middle of the field. When you do that, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And to back that up, the Vikings last year, 88% of their throws were outside of the hash marks. So to see Drake Maye throwing the ball outside of the hash, that says a lot about his arm versatility.
Yeah, I think it really does. And again, just the awareness to buy himself some time, know where the pressure is coming from, and just drift himself by that fraction of a second. It's all he needs, that fraction of a second, and then be able to get it down the field like he did. So on these next couple plays, we're going to show some areas I think where he can improve, where he's got to just change his mentality. Now, in college, this is fine. Right? He steps up. He has a couple of options, but what he has is he's got a linebacker sitting right here. And right now, I know what he's thinking. He's like, I got that guy in space. I'm taking care of it.
Making a move.
In this league, at this level, you've got to go to one of your other options, and he has them. So he's got one guy sitting here, one guy sitting here. Yeah, you may want to, he's getting right here to the line of scrimmage. You see the referee's like, yeah, that's the line you cannot cross.
Right.
Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. And so you see him do some athletic things. I think he's fast enough that defenses can't play two-man on him.
Yep.
If you give him too much of an alleyway, he's going to run. But in this case, yeah, you made the guy miss. But you know what? Great job.
Right.
Move the chains. Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. I feel like he may be a little bit too confident in his body type. He's 6'4", 225 pounds. But to your point, look, throw the ball to your running back, let him get a couple extra yards and live to play another down.
The comparable there being Josh Allen.
For sure.
Josh Allen's the guy that loves to do that stuff. I think he's got the physical ability to do that. But you got to be smart, right? You got to be smart.
Live to play another down.
Exactly right. This discretion's the better part of valor in that case. Now, we're going to have another example, and I love the play that we brought up earlier on the Sam Darnold. If you haven't seen it, you can go to the Vikings website and check it out, our deep dive on Sam Darnold. This is a red zone play, and again, using his athleticism, but a ball that should have been thrown. So when you get to the top of the drop and you see this defense, what are you seeing? You're seeing a middle open. So here is this alley that he has. And what does he have right in the middle of it? He has this receiver. He knows he's got this post, skinny post, whatever you want to call it, open. Throw it. Throw the football here. And for some reason, he doesn't. These are the things that he's going to have to improve on.
Yep.
This has to be a throw.
This is, in the NFL, this is a wide open throw. You have to put this ball in a position where only your receiver can catch it, but at the same time, pulling this ball down to run it in the NFL is probably going to result in the sack. It didn't on this play, but still, to your point, it has to result in a touchdown through the air.
But he's still able to make something happen. Again, this goes to his athleticism. Pulls it down, escapes the rush. Looks like he's going to get brought down around the 12-yard line, but he's able to get the ball into the end zone.
Right, Pete, I know you talked about him having the opportunity to use his legs so defenses don't play two-man, which pretty much basically says it's man-to-man on the defense. There's two safeties making sure nothing goes over their head. But still, Drake Maye rushed for over 1,000 yards the past 2 years in his college career. So the guy can pull it down and run if he needs to.
Drake Maye, absolutely one of the quarterback prospects you got to keep your eye on in this year's draft.